Hi, everyone. It's Andrea Kennedy, and I am live with you. I think I should come on live more often on YouTube, but I must say I always get a bit nervous. But maybe if I did it more, I would be more relaxed. I just really don't know. Um, I really wanted to come on today, though, and just say thank you. We have surpassed 30,000 subscribers here on this channel. And, that's a pretty big benchmark, I think, for YouTube. At least that's what people tell me. And I wanted to come on live and say thank you. And, we've done it all our way. The channel doesn't have ads. And so YouTube doesn't make anything from this channel. And we've managed to still get into the algorithm so that they can recommend the channel to others. But really, that's mainly because of you, because when you watch the videos, when you interact, comment, and like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff, it helps the videos be seen more. And so please share the channel, spread the word. I don't run ads on the channel. Who knows if YouTube will start doing that, but I don't have an account with them, so I don't make any money through the YouTube channel. I do take donations. I put a link in the chat if you're interested in that. But above all, let me just check my chat really quick. Wow. Okay. So, uh, hello, Bonds. Nice to see you. Oh, yes. Hi, Amber. Yeah, I know. I think I should probably come on more. Yeah. The Great Salad. I mean, what a name, right? Congratulations. Thank you. Anna, I've been seeing you around lately online. Nice to see you. We've got Christina from the UK and oh, somebody else says good evening. Oh, from France. Yeah, Patricia. Absolutely fabulous. Yes. And another French person. That's awesome. Yes. Yes. Oh, big hugs. And India, I see too. And what is so exciting for me is to see the videos to read the comments from people all around the world. And I'm seeing students now in my classes from all around the world. And I have you to thank for that because it's all about this YouTube channel, which when I started posting videos back in 2019, I had no idea how things would unfold with the pandemic or anything. I just was really following guidance, and quite frankly, the suggestion of my husband's. He said, "You should start a YouTube channel," and I was like, What?" I didn't even watch YouTube. I didn't know anything about YouTube, and I want to kind of tell you that because it can be scary to start new things and I just sort of took it one little step at a time, and things have just grown so well. I could have never predicted that. And let that be, if it's possible, let it be inspirational to you because we all look at things and think, oh, I don't know if I can do that. We get overwhelmed. And, maybe we don't even know how to accomplish something. But if we'll just take the first step and then maybe the next step, and as we go along, we learn and we gain experience, and then things start to come together. And I think that when we do that and follow the guidance, wonderful things can happen. And so I just want to say thank you again to everyone. And I'm going to check the chat again really quickly. I don't want to, make it too boring. I don't want to sit and read all of them, but I'll see if I can pick out a few here. Malaysia. Wow. So good to see you. California. Yeah. Texas. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. My audio is having problems. Can somebody else tell me? Oh, it's going up and down. Oh, let me bring in my, um, I know that doesn't maybe look as great, but I don't know. Hopefully that's better for you. And let's see, what else do we want to do? I wanted to offer you some Reiki today. And is the sound better? Can you answer me that? Up and down still. In and out. Okay. Let me pull up my microphone control here and see what I can do about that. All right. Thanks for letting me know. Hi there. I see you. All right. Let me go to a different preset on my microphone and we'll try that. The joy of live. Usually, this is what I use. All right, so I've changed something there. Let's see, is that better for you? Better audio? All right, I'm just going to talk normal and we'll see if it's going up and down, up and down. All right. So, yes, thank you for the subscribers. I'm not seeing too many people comment now on the audio. So, oh, it's not right. Hearing that it's not right. I'm going to go to a completely different profile here then. Custom presets. Let me do, I don't know. How about this one? We could just probably sit here all day as I do this. Let me look. My output is 100, input gain 48. It's not better. All right. All right. This is about the only other thing that I can think of right there. Um, yeah. And you know what? Okay. So you think it's a bit better? All right. So we might have a little bit more background noise because of that, but we'll just see. And in the meantime, I wanted, okay. So it sounds better. Somebody says it's worse. Oh, well. All right. Well, you know what, guys? It is what it is this time. I'm sorry if you're having trouble hearing me, but I think we're going to move on because you know what I want to do? I would like to share some Reiki with you. And this is, for your highest good as I always intend. But I thought it might be kind of fun to do it live instead of over video. And I hope that you enjoy the experience. And, I don't have to talk much for that. So hopefully, if you are having audio problems, it's not going to be a problem. Yes. Oh, somebody's asking, does Reiki fit all, include children? Yes. And so Reiki cannot cause harm. We can offer Reiki to babies, even in utero, children, people of all ages, in any physical, mental, emotional, spiritual condition. It's sort of like a fish in water, it's just a natural energy, it's life force energy. And that is that energy that animates us. That's our aliveness, that's our vitality. And the really neat thing about Reiki is the really great thing about Reiki is it is spiritually guided. That means I don't know or I don't have to know how it uh, needs to help you. There is a wisdom to the energy and it knows you completely and you're completely worthy to receive it. And so, even though we do videos on the channel for certain things, like I did a financial abundance one recently, then, and then all the different other subjects, and those are all great. But even a general session works for you in the ways you need it to work for yourself. And so I want to just go ahead and get started. Yes, manifesting, absolutely. Oh, hi there, T. Barrett. Nice to see you. Yes, I recognize you. Yes, yes. I am just grateful that you're all here. And it looks like, wow, we've got 90 people on. That's pretty cool. All right. Somebody else, I see a lot of words here. Could you please tell about Reiki routines to be followed for goal manifestation for Reiki masters? Well, after the Reiki session that I'm going to offer, I thought I'd stick around and answer some questions. So think about those questions. I'll try to get back to that. Perhaps that's maybe a pretty in-depth question, though, but I'll see what I can do. What I would invite you to do, and hopefully that audio is good for you. Yes, plants and trees love Reiki. Somebody earlier um, uh, caught you saying, "Oh, I've seen you lately too online." Cats, dogs, so many things, so many beings respond well to Reiki. I know my dog always runs in anytime I'm offering Reiki. All right. Yeah. Can we heal ourselves through video clips if we didn't take any classes? You know, classes are great because you literally put the power of Reiki in your own hands when you take classes, but videos are helpful. They are healing. It's sort of like getting, going to a Reiki session and receiving. And there's nothing wrong with that. And, after, let me say this right now instead of waiting because it's important before we do the session. You know, all that I would ask you to do is relax and be open to receive for your highest good. And that's with this healing session that I'm going to offer you here in a minute, or with any of the videos on the channel. You you don't have to do anything in particular except be open to receiving for your highest good. And I think that is a very good practice. Even if I go to a Reiki session and I am the client, I always state that intention that I'm only open to receive whatever is in my highest good. Whether it's a Reiki session or I'm going into a crowded venue or something with a lot of people, a lot of energies, I only always um, intend to be influenced by the energy that's in my highest good. So I would invite you to do that. People also ask, well, do I have to keep my eyes open when I watch the videos? Do, all of these rules and all of that? I would say no and experiment. And there are a lot of viewers that I hear from on the channel, and they play the videos while they sleep, they loop them and things like that. It's all good energy. And even I want to say Reiki energy isn't bound by time or space. And if you think about it, it's sort of like Wi Fi. Our bodies are like our smartphone. So we have hardware, right? And we can tune in, we can to Wi-Fi, so to speak, but this Reiki energy. And so we can connect to that. The Reiki energy works for us physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And so you might think of it sort of like Wi-Fi. We can't see it, but it isn't bound really by time or space either. But all right, I think we should get started. So just going to give a quick look over here. Okay, audio's better. That's good to know. All right, here we go. I'm so excited that you're here with me so we can do this together. All right. Just bringing my focus into this present moment. And I would invite you to sit back, relax, and perhaps take a couple of deep breaths. You can certainly close your eyes, or you can keep them open, however you want to do this. All right. Welcome to this live Reiki distance session. And I now offer you the highest frequencies of Reiki energy on all levels: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, for your highest good. And you may state to yourself a certain intention to invite the Reiki to help you with that. And Reiki knows how to do just that. It is normal to feel sensations in the body, although not everyone does. We'll continue for about another 2 to 3 minutes. And we'll begin drawing this session to a close here. Have any last intentions? You might state those now. Welcoming the Reiki energy to help you. And if it feels like a good idea for you, invite the connection that you have established with the source of Reiki through this session to remain so that you can continue to receive this energy from the highest levels of spiritual consciousness to you, even after I stop this session. Staying surrounded and bathed in this energy for as long as it is in your highest good. And for now, I seal this healing energy in with universal love and wisdom. Ooh, and as always, I wish you the highest Reiki blessings. I say that a lot in my videos. I couldn't stop smiling. Oh my gosh, that just was so amazing for me. And I hope that you felt better. I feel more relaxed, which of course is the hallmark of Reiki. It's very relaxing. It shifts the body from the fight or flight mode, that survival mode and all of the physiological changes that go along with that. It shifts the body to the parasympathetic mode. And there are even scientific studies that or even scientific studies that show that happens, and it's in the parasympathetic side of the nervous system for that our cells need to rest, digest, and restore, and that's where true healing happens. So, relaxation and the benefits of Reiki are instrumental for us to feel better, for us to give our bodies the opportunity to really do the miraculous healing that our bodies know how to do, but are often prevented in doing based on the stress and anxiety and, fill in the blank of everything else that might affect us and keep us in more of the survival mode, especially these days. And so I'd like to answer a few questions. Someone asked me earlier about manifestation. And what I would say to that is, uh, I don't use a lot of crystals or anything like that here on the YouTube channel. Not to say crystals aren't really cool. A lot of healing people use them. And, I actually use crystals some too, and use probably see crystals around, my background sometimes. But oh, very nice. So anyway, back to this. I'm sorry. It's a little bit like I got so many things to look at. But anyway, if you do work with crystals, or I'll give you this answer to that question. And the question was, for manifestation, what can we do? And the person was a Reiki master. And what I'll say though is everybody can move energy. Everybody can move energy. Thoughts are energy. So be very careful how you think. When you think positively and you're optimistic, you'll find that you feel more vitality in your body. When you think negatively or pessimistically, you'll find you feel tired, drained, because your life force energy actually goes down. It depletes when you're negative in your thinking. So, our thinking really does help direct energy. And I could go on and on about all of that kind of thing. But if you don't know Reiki, or if you're a level one or level two, whatever it is, everybody can move energy. And what I would say is if you want to use a crystal, I like quartz crystal. Crystal has been shown it can hold intention. We can store energy up in it like a battery. And of course, Reiki people just move more energy, higher vibrational energy. And of course, the special frequencies of Reiki energy, again, that spiritually guided life force energy. So, as a Reiki practitioner, what a blessing. We don't even have to know how to help someone. And that's why anybody can learn Reiki, because it's the energy that is really doing all of the wonderful things when we share it with others. And of course, we receive Reiki as we offer it. All right. So if you want to manifest something, if you have a goal or whatever it is, what I would suggest is write that down on a piece of paper. If you are attuned to Reiki and Reiki symbols, you can draw those symbols down on the little paper as well. And if you want to work with a crystal, what I would do is I would say your intention. I would hold the crystal in your hands like this, saying the intention, uh, maybe a little prayer or whatever it is that resonates with you, as far as asking for or in manifestation. Gratitude is awesome. Gratitude is often um, uh, I guess, proposed for you to use, like imagining that it has manifested for you and imagining those emotions, feeling those emotions of what it would be like after that has manifested, because emotions are very powerful. If you think thoughts are powerful, emotions are way amped up in comparison. And so, on a piece of paper, write your goal, what you want to manifest, um, draw your symbols if you have that, hold your crystal like this, repeat that. Um, Gratitude, sending gratitude into the crystal for this thing to have manifested. And after you do that for a few minutes, charging that crystal, that's your intention to charge the crystal with that energy of manifestation. Then you can take your crystal and you can put it down on the paper where you've written that, and then set it aside and allow, intend, see, all of that, that the crystal's energy is actually empowering that goal that you put on your paper. And then what I would do with that is I would revisit it every day, repeat the procedure. Of course, you don't have to rewrite it because you've already written it one time, but hold the crystal, imagine, feel those emotions, and do that a few minutes every day. And then listen to your guidance. That could be synchronicities out in the world. That could be the same message repeated over and over. It could be in a song that comes up that gets your attention. Look for messages around yourself and take action. Often manifestation. We're part of that process. We can't just lay back. We just can't lay back and wait for it to appear before our eyes. We are here to be co-creators. We need to take action. We need to take steps, but we receive guidance all the time. So listen for the guidance and follow that toward manifesting whatever it is you want. I'm going to check the chat really quickly, see if I have any other um, questions. Oh, somebody's mentioning Mind to Matter by Dawson Church. Yes, I've read that. It's very good book. And she's saying, let's see, has a lot of the science about energy healing in it. Yes, it does. He's got some great stories in there too of manifestation. Um, oh, received my first initiation 20 years ago. Does it still work? Absolutely. Absolutely. Reiki's for life. Once you're attuned to the energy, it doesn't leave. It does not leave. So you can always practice Reiki once you're attuned. Yeah. How about using crystals and Reiki as protection? That's a really big topic, protection. I'm not really big into, protection like shields and things like that because I find that well, there's a lot I have to say about that, but, I do a podcast if you're unaware of that, I do a podcast and it's called Beyond the Reiki Gateway, and I do that with my partner in crime, Kathleen Johnson, and we did a whole hour-long podcast about energy clearing and protection and that kinda thing, and so you can listen to that podcast either, at our website, which is beyondthereikigateway.com, or anywhere you get podcasts. And I'm trying to think when that was. It was a few months ago, I think. But we talked about that. And so you might reference that episode of the podcast for a more complete answer. But a lot of people will use, oh, okay, here's what's coming to me for me to answer that. I would really look toward, 2 things, grounding stones and also perhaps, something like angelite, high frequency, that kinda stone. Angelite, apophyllite, I like those, but also about balance, choose some grounding stones. So that's hematite or hematite, the darker stones, smoky quartz, things like that. And the reason I don't know why. So when I do these, and this is also when I teach my classes, um, I just kind of get the information in the moment. So in my thinking mind, I would have never said those crystals to use. But why is that? Because it's about balance. And when you're in balance, when you're grounded and yet tuned in to higher frequencies of energy, what's going to happen is your energy is more in balance. You'll be less susceptible to the lower vibrational uh, energy that you're using the word protection from. You'll be less susceptible when you're in balance. And I'm a big believer in uh, we're in charge of our energy and our energetic boundaries. And so if you have issues with that or whatever, get really clear on um, your boundaries and feel empowered in your body. Feel as though your energy is yours because it is. And don't let anybody run over you or, influence you in ways that you don't want them to. Anyway, that's a huge topic. Again, that podcast episode might really help explain more about my take on that. And that was, oh, I'm trying to remember the exact title. It was something like Energy Clearing and Protection, oh my, or something like that. Let me check the chat again here. Let's see. Oh, yes. So Sapphire says, excellent podcast. I'm so glad that you listened to that. Oh, awesome. Yes. Thank you, Bonds, too, for putting it in the chat so other people might see that. Let's see. Do all three levels of Reiki have to be in the same type or system? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I teach Holy Fire Reiki, and it's not religious, even though holy's in the title. It goes to the root of the word, meaning whole and complete. But my point in that, in saying that, is I have students that learned Reiki level 1, Reiki level 2, and some other system, and they come and they take my master class. And that's totally fine. Before I uh, was a practitioner and then teacher of Holy Fire Reiki, I practiced Usui Tibetan Reiki. And so, we change, we evolve. And I would say um, whatever you're guided to take, do that. There's no right or wrong. It's just kind of like different flavors of ice cream. You know, um, there's no bad ice cream. I mean, let's say that right now. At least I don't know of any. So ice cream is all good. Reiki's all good. The different styles, different teachers. Just follow your guidance, and the best one is the one that you're guided to. So I hope that's helpful. Yes, wow, Katja, that's a very colorful, emoji-filled, brilliant message. Thank you. Lorraine, podcast fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Let's see. I have my first Reiki certificate. I love to use my crystals also. Wonderful. Yeah, crystals are really cool. I was very reluctant to add crystals to my Reiki practice, but I came around a little bit on that. And yeah, they're really interesting. And I'll share this little bit with you. My I was in a Reiki session. I had a client there, and I was just kind of thinking about crystals, like, oh, should I incorporate them in my practice? How would I do that? Is because I'm all about mainstream, right? And I had this little vision that came through, and it was amazing because what it was this awareness that crystals are like little Reiki practitioners. And let me back up. So, for many years, I have said Reiki practitioners are like little gateways that bring in uh, uh, Reiki energy, right? Higher frequencies of life force energy. We bring that through. So, we create sort of a gateway, as I said. So, that's a Reiki practitioner. In this little vision that I had during that Reiki session with my client, I became very aware in a visual and vivid way. That's what crystals do. So, a rose quartz is a gateway to bring in the energies of rose quartz. And different crystals have different properties, right? So, rose quartz brings in certain frequencies of energy that it's attuned to, like a Reiki practitioner is attuned to Reiki energy. And so then smoky quartz, that's going to bring through its certain signature frequency or vibration here on the earth plane. So when I saw it like that crystals were like gateways for certain frequencies of energy, that mirrored my understanding of a Reiki practitioner. And then I thought, wow, okay, I want to use crystals more. So that's kind of what did that for me. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to check back at the chat box. Do you know? Let's see. Do you know if Reiki be taught through distance Reiki? Oh, all my classes are through Zoom, and so I teach all my classes through Zoom now, and I love it because students are coming from all over the world in different countries and things like that. And I tell you, if I still only taught in person, oh, I wouldn't be able to do that and meet all these wonderful people. It works brilliantly over distance. And my classes are live though. So you won't find me on Udemy or things like that because I want to interact with my students. We practice together. We experience things together in the class. We share. We ask questions. So that part is really, really important to me. And so that's why I do the live classes, but over distance, not a problem. And there's some real benefits to online classes. And you're in your own space. You have all your own food in the kitchen. There's never a line to your bathroom. Little things like that. But on a more serious note, what I believe happens is the student is in their own environment where they're comfortable, and so they can fully relax. And plus they can mute themselves. And if they need to, they can turn their camera off for a few minutes. And the reason I say that was I had a class not long ago, and one of the students, we had done a healing experience, and then she had turned her camera off. And then later she shared that she was so appreciative that the class was online over Zoom. That's what I use. And she said, because if we were all together in person, she would have not been able to release through sobbing and crying and all of this, the grief. She had so much pent up grief. And so she was able to have a private moment in order to really release that and have healing occur for her. And she said if we would have been in person, she would have held that in because she would have been embarrassed being in front of other people. And so distance classes, distant attunements, it all works. At least, I can only speak from my own experience in the way I do it. And I assure you it does work. But there's some real benefits to it, and plus no travel, right? Anyway, I hope that's helpful to you. Let's see, what else? Let's see. Sci-fi book guy, that's a cool name. Okay, calming effect the Reiki videos on YouTube give me. Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad. So glad. Yeah. This person says, "Hi, I have been certified for Reiki 1 and 2 online. I can't give in-person Reiki now. Do you suggest I give distance Reiki for experience?" Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to assume that you're saying you can't do it in person because of the pandemic. I don't know. So you didn't put that in. But yeah, any Reiki is better than no Reiki, of course. Mrs. Takata used to say that. But yes, distance Reiki is actually phenomenal. And it kind of goes back to the story I just shared with you because um, when we're in a group together, or even when you're in a treatment room, the practitioner and the client together, your energy is in the same space. And, our auras extend out, right, from our bodies. And so if I'm just a couple feet from you and we're in person, ooh, our auras are interacting. Think about all that energy. Coming in contact with somebody else's energy, right? And so that's just normal. When you're and I'll say this, we can be self-conscious, right? If I have a client in my office and we're doing a session, I would be thinking perhaps like, "Oh, is it too hot in here? Do they need a blanket? It's the music too loud?" Whatever, right? So I'm worried about being a hostess to my client there. I want them to be comfortable. If we're over distance, our energies are completely separate. We're not clashing, in our auras. Not that we would clash, but there's no interaction. We have no influence as far as in the physical room together. I'm not worried about if they're comfortable on the table or need another pillow. So I don't have any distractions. And so when we do distance Reiki, not just for the practitioner, but also for the client, it can be really clear. Clients will often feel the energy just like they would in my office. And that's not just true for me. That's true for Reiki practitioners. And then my experience as well as offering Reiki over distance as the practitioner, my intuition, what comes through, what I notice, and any messages that I receive, so clear in a distance session. Again, I chalk it up to we're not in person, so we have far less distraction. Yeah, that's what I would say about that. But I do distance work. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Um, a suggestion is to stay focused during self Reiki. I try to visualize each chakra or receiving energy. Other ideas. Um, you know what? One of the things I like for self Reiki is perhaps tuning in to the five Reiki precepts, or maybe picking one. You might, every time you move your hands, repeat that precept, repeat that principle. And if you're not attuned to Reiki, we just have five Reiki principles that we learn in Reiki training from its founder, Mikao Usui. And so those are 5 principles sort of, if everybody followed them on the planet, oh my gosh, what a different planet we would have, but, they're just positive, wonderful sort of intentions that you can have, but I would perhaps do that, and then that's just strengthening your relationship with Reiki. One of the things I also advise would be when you're doing self Reiki, or even when you're starting self Reiki, one of the things you might do is you might say Reiki for and use your first name. Names are energetic. Your name is like um, your language and energy signature. Um, your name's important. There's just something to it. And if you think about your name in a if you're going to get a birth chart or if you're going to do numerology, think about how important it is for your name to be used. If you get a reading like that, they ask you your name. Anyway, so names, energy. So if you're going to start self Reiki practice, perhaps when you start, you can say Reiki for, and then use your name. And I'll just use mine as an example. Like I could do a short gasho meditation. And then when I place my hands, Reiki for Andrea, Reiki for Andrea, Reiki for Andrea. And you see, it creates a different vibration. It creates a different feeling when we employ our name. And it also, in a weird way, makes it a little more formal, I think. But you might try that. And then I'll do that too in a session with a person if my mind wanders. So if I find during self practice or with a client that my mind's wandering, I'll actually do that. I'll repeat that Reiki for, my client's name 3 times or, for myself. Um, given the situation. And what that does for me and why I do it 3 times, it really brings my mind back. And, the other thing I'm gonna say about that, it's so normal for your mind to wander. It's not a bad thing, our mind, I think it was Deepak Chopra who said the natural state of the mind is turbulence or something like that, and he's right. And so meditation and Reiki is very meditative. uh, it isn't about no thinking. It's just about noticing when we're thinking and then refocusing. And the more we practice it, the less we have to refocus. We just naturally get better at doing that automatically. So I hope that that's helpful to you. Yeah. All right. Checking the chat again. Yeah. Good. Oh, nice. Okay. So let's see. Oh, yeah, so nursing and Reiki go so well together, so well, and so many hospitals are, either have already implemented a Reiki program or, are just beginning them. Reiki is becoming more mainstream. Very happy about that. Let's see. Okay. Can we meditate on God, his name or image while receiving Reiki? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, just follow your guidance on that. Reiki people can even offer Reiki to ascended masters or angels or God or back to the source of Reiki. People often don't do that, I think, because they feel like they're not worthy to do that. But I would invite you, if you're a Reiki practitioner, try that. Try that. See what happens. You might be really surprised, and you might become aware of new things. You might receive messages. It can be quite profound. Absolutely. Yeah. Somebody's asking, when do your classes start? Oh, I've got classes. Every month I'm teaching. Maybe you mean time of day. Usually my classes start at 9 a.m. Eastern time. I've had wonderful students, even in Australia, and they stay up all night long. I know. I'm so grateful for that. And they make it. It's awesome. However, I've added another time. So in November, I am going to start at 5 a.m. Eastern time, and it makes it a little bit easier for Europe, and I guess maybe a lot of countries it's a little bit easier. That class is almost full, so I'm thinking I might need to add more of those down the line, but I'm gonna see how this one goes. Um, you know, uh, See if people like it, I'm open to considering more of them. My voice keeps cutting out again. Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. University of Michigan offers Reiki. Oh, wow, that's really cool. I'm near there. Let's see. Working out well. Okay. Oh, the hospital. Yes, the hospital, the U of M hospital. Yes. Very nice. Reiki for twin flames energy cleanse. Wow, that's pretty specific. And that brings me to an interesting topic. Um what do I want to say about that? Um I will sometimes receive requests for videos, which is great. You can uh, send those to me. But sometimes the requests for videos are extremely specific, and I feel like perhaps I could uh, point them to a video like "Heal a Block." That's one where you choose an issue, and the session works to heal that particular issue that you choose. And that's an interesting experience. It has you actually define the issue with certain questions, very simple questions. And even that process of answering those questions about that issue can be helpful because it makes the issue a little bit more concrete in a different way. Um, so if I don't have a video or that I have made on a certain issue, try Heal a Block. Try the one with the 12 Reiki Masters because that's another general session. Also, the silent Reiki session, which leads me into a whole nother direction. But there, you can completely state what your intention is. All right, because I'm with you. And when I am on the video and I'm saying state your intention, I mean it. Um, I know it might not make sense. I know it might be confusing. Try it. It works. It works. All right. Um, but you can always send me your ideas. I tend to make videos that might appeal to more people. So if the issue is very, very specific, I'll keep it on my list, but I don't know how soon I might make that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Andrea says she's hearing me clearly. So that's nice. That's nice to hear. Um, Will will you give a Reiki session now or was Oh, Yvonne, yeah, I already did that. We're in the Q&A section. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts about this let me know your thoughts about this live. Was it good? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Whatever it is. Let me know. Give me some feedback. If it's a hit, if you guys like this, maybe I'll do more of these. Um, Let's see. I'm going to do one more question, I think, because we're almost at an hour. But wow, so many of you are still here with me. I appreciate that. Michelle Mybell says, I wanted to hear messages from my spirit guide. Will Reiki help me so I can hear the messages? Reiki can very much help you. I know now I don't know if you're a Reiki practitioner or not, but I do want to say this. When people learn Reiki and they have the attunements, in Holy Fire, we call them placements, but basically, it is a process that separates Reiki from other energy modalities. You can't just read a book and then do Reiki. You need to have these attunements in a class type situation, or with a master teacher. And what these attunements do is they shift and heal and make necessary changes to your energetic system to allow you to tap into and channel the frequencies of Reiki energy. And during those attunements, those changes that are made often open up the student to receive more guidance, opening the third eye, uh, receiving more, even divine revelation, which is said to be the highest level of guidance, right from source to you. And not only that, but the tools or the confidence, perhaps, that we often need uh, to follow the guidance as well. But that's for Reiki people. But I share that with you because even just receiving Reiki is helping clear your energy. You see, a lot of the time when we're not getting our messages, it's because we've got distortions in our energy, we've got imbalances. And so it's kind of like a fog, seeing through fog. And receiving Reiki helps create balance throughout our energy system. And as things clear, as things get more in balance, and as the body, mind, spirit, all of it spends more time in balance, guess what? It remembers how to stay in balance more, and then it begins to create new patterns of balance, you know, because it might have been many years since a person has felt very balanced energetically. So with repeated Reiki, what we see is that balance restores and then it lasts longer and longer. So it's getting you back to that natural ability to be balanced. But yes, so Reiki can definitely help. And I have a video, it was a Facebook Live, and I think I'm wearing like an off-white sweater because it's on the thumbnail. That's why I'm telling you this. So it's off-white sweater with an orange type shirt with a collar. And it had a meditation in it for psychic development. So you might check out that video. It was a Facebook Live, probably from 2020. And yeah, the thumbnail has me with that orange shirt and the sweater. So you might try that meditation. All right. So I'm gonna, I think, sign off. We're almost a whole hour. I just want to say thank you again for tuning in, for supporting the channel. I hope you like no ads. So far so good. We don't have ads on there. I don't even have one of those AdSense accounts. So I haven't monetized the channel. I don't have any plans to put ads on the channel or monetize the channel. I think it would spoil it. I want to create a place that you can come and have peace, and ads don't let you have peace. So I hope you appreciate that. If you do want to support the channel, there's a link somewhere in the chat or I think probably in the description of this video where you can donate. And that's over at kofi.com/Andrea Kennedy. But anyway, there's a link somewhere for that. But anyway, thank you so much, and, give me your feedback, and let's stay in touch. It's been awesome to see all of these names here and read your chats and, your messages, and my heart goes out to you. And, of course, I wish you the highest Reiki blessings, and I'll see you around in the ether on the channel. Thanks. Bye-bye.